Hey guys, so today we're going to cover basically, I'm going to call it the intro to spider guard, just show some basics, how to establish the position, and the basics for your attacks, okay? So let's start with the setup. Okay, so I think a lot of times when people see spider guard stuff, they just kind of start in spider guard, they don't address like how to actually get to the position. Okay, so generally there's two main ways off the start you're going to get to the position. One is if I'm on my back defending and the guy's trying to pass and you kind of have this good base guard retention. At some point, this happens a lot with beginners, even at a higher level, so they start grabbing the tornado and stuff, the guy starts passing, you start defending and stuff, you end up here and we have the feet and the biceps, like I talked about defending in the guard retention video, and the guy just holds too long. In this case, with my feet already in the biceps, it's really easy to grab both sleeves at the same time. Now I've established the spider hooks and I can start to work from here. Okay, another situation, or something to be aware of when you're here, is if the guy has the grips, go and grab, you don't want to hold with one spider hook. So like this. Like one spider hook is not a maintainable grip. If I have one spider hook, he can throw me like this and then start to create problems. I can let go and recompose and scramble, but generally if I go for the spider hook first, I have to have both. So I'm here like this, he gets the grips, I maybe passes a little bit, right? I defend, I frame, I end up with both feet in the bicep, he holds too long, we get the sleeves, and establish the both feet in the biceps position, okay? Another situation, okay? So now, like, we're not in that position, right? I want to establish the spider guard. In our gym, I actually refer to spider guard as double sleeve rather than spider guard because that's more what defines the position, right? If I have both sleeves, right, I can have like a daily hebo hook and the leg past the body. I can lasso, go to a spider hook, go here, work underneath. You can start doing all sorts of stuff, right? But the really thing that defines the position is you have both sleeves. The feet are not always in the bicep, okay? So I actually refer to it as double sleeve. Okay, so if we know the position is the double sleeve, the easiest way to get to it is usually you have to get one sleeve first. Most of the time, you can't start off getting both sleeves. Guys won't give that to you. But a lot of times you can just get one sleeve. Especially like guys don't always standing pass, especially like a lot of the gyms I came from, traditional gyms, guys will play on both knees or one knee up, okay? So it's really easy to get one sleeve. So we just get one sleeve. In this case, I'm gonna focus on falling to my back and establish the lasso first, okay? So I'm gonna fall back. Pay attention when you fall back, I put my elbow on the floor and lift my knees tight so my feet come up first. I see a lot of people go to their guard here like this, they fall back like this, and then their legs come up. That makes it much easier for the guy to jump around you as you pull, okay? This applies if I have the collar or anything, okay? You always want to keep that elbow knee tight, right? So I would go like this first, right? Here, boom, I established the lasso position, okay? My knees are tight here, I have the lasso. Unlike the spider hook, one lasso is a maintainable grip, okay? He can't throw with this, he doesn't have a grip on my pant leg, okay? This here, I like to keep the foot on the shoulder like this rather than going through, because with the shoulder, it's easier if he grabs this to trap it or something, I can push him away to bring my knee back, right? He grabs the pants, that gives me the second sleeve, and we've established the lasso spider, or double sleeve, right? From here, if I want to switch, I can try to go into the spider hook, I could go to daily hebo, I can attack and do different things. Okay, it's up to you, right? So again, we're here, right? We're looking like this. I get the sleeve, hand, elbow, knees up first, leg comes over and lock in, okay? I keep my fist tight on my thigh here to keep the lasso tight so it's harder to loop out, okay? I keep this knee tight. A lot of times, most of the time, guys are instinctually gonna grab this. To do anything, they have to. Foot goes in the bicep, grab the sleeve, and then we establish spider. Okay, some guys will keep their hands away the whole time. At some point, I'll deal with that. You need to have a secondary attack in that case, right? Because you can't make him grab if he doesn't want to. Okay, so he grabs here, we establish. Okay, maybe one other scenario could be if I'm on my back here and the guy's like trying to enter for like a knee cut. He grabs the lapel, right? So he grabs here. I lasso first, then I grab the sleeve. Okay. Once I get the sleeve, I can block. If he gets this leg trapped, I can grab the sleeve, do a short little kick break there, get the foot out, and establish the foot in the bicep. If this is stuck a little bit, it kind of stays tight, right? I push like this, foot out, and establish the spider hook. Okay? So from here, let's talk about like intro to the basics of some basic attacks. So the cool thing I like about the double sleeve game is that the guys, you can use it for all three situations. Guys on top are either on both knees, one knee up, or standing, right? And spider will work against all three of those, okay? Most positions, like if you like to play daily hebo a lot, right? If the guy goes to both knees, you can't really play it. Even if he's one knee up, but he's kind of like, you have your heel next to your butt kind of, it can be tough to get in here. Of course, you can build a game around it, but you need secondary positions like collar sleeve to off balance them and threaten them to set it up. For beginners, spider is just a great way to start off because no matter what he does, I can play the position. Okay? So let's just talk about the basics of the omoplata and triangle from here. Okay? So let's say he's got both knees on the ground. We'll start like this. And let's just say that we got into it because he held the pants. Okay? A lot of people show to break the grip by turning out to the side and kicking way out here. You can do that, and there is some benefits, but it's not my preference. Okay? My favorite way to break the grip, I always look for this elbow-knee space. Come around here. Okay, this space between his elbow and his ribs, that's where the omoplata and triangle lies, okay? If I go here, the grip when I break goes out of his fingers, okay? It's a really strong grip break. If he's holding the material and I kick out here, the material is going into his palm. It's much harder to break the grip here, and even if I do, he sucks his elbow and knee tight, now it's hard to get to that omoplata or triangle. The omoplata or triangle comes from my leg being inside of that space in between his armpit and like his elbow. So even if he sucks his elbow super tight now, my leg is still through. I can still potentially threaten an omoplata or a triangle choke, okay? So when we're here, if we're in the center, I'm gonna shift side to side a little bit like this, right? And I can try to open that gap. I see this gap here. My foot can aim in the center or in between the space. I pull and kick. Don't over kick because now the elbow can go tight, right? I'll kick through there. It's really tight now. Now it's easy for me to chase all the way through. If I'm going to do the triangle, I go straight through. My right foot presses down like a step. That allows me to lift my hip. My left leg locks over the back. He can't suck this elbow in. Now, even if he's holding this other pant leg, okay, this leg locking down locks my body, allows me to kick my right foot to the ceiling hard to break the grip. Now I can lock over and switch for the triangle finish, okay? If I'm going to do the omoplata, similar idea. I find that space, even if I'm centered, as long as I can sneak my foot in here, I kick through, I got the space. I'm going to go through, and I want to focus on my knee getting right above the elbow, like kind of near the tricep, and I keep this sleeve controlled. I push his wrist towards my pocket, okay? There, like that. That gets that buckle. If his arm stays straight as a board, right, when I do this, it's going to end up being an arm bar. He'll either scream real quick, or he'll turn his arm fast, that buckles, and then we hook over, and we can start working our omoplata finish, okay? Similarly, if I had started with the lasso, like this, the only trick here is that his elbow could be a little bit tighter now, right? I don't have that space, okay? In that case, I could try like a wheel sweep to open him up and then sneak my leg in. Sometimes the guy will just give you the space anyway. You could go for the same position with the leg over the back to hit the triangle. Yeah, so wheel sweep there, come inside, triangle, omoplata, same way. So that's just kind of like the intro to the position, because I think a lot of people like the spider guard, they've been introduced to it, but they don't know how to set it up. Okay, so that's like, we'll just start with those basic ones. Of course, a lot of guys you fight are going to be standing, and I'm going to go deeper and deeper on the position and start showing stuff when the guy's standing, when they have one knee up, different variations, like when they try to throw, how to counter stuff. But everyone has to have a really solid foundation, because what happens often is you'll be fighting guys when they're standing, and once you learn to attack better, to catch their breath, they're going to start coming to the ground, because it gets really tiring to stand in the spider guard for a long time. When they start coming to the ground, that's where you get the submission threats. That's where you have to have a strong omoplata triangle on the ground. Also, when you're going for the submissions, it's really important. That's one of the huge aspects of spider guard that's really strong, is that a lot of guards like don't have like the ability to win the match from bottom, right? So take for like the sit-up guard, for example, like stand up. Like if I'm here, this is an amazing guard. Like Lucas Lepre plays this position, and you can like bump the guy, you can stand up on a single leg, all sorts of stuff, and you get the sweep. But it's not a problem, but just an aspect of that is if you sweep the guy, then you now have to pass his guard. He can sweep you back. And if you're in a tournament and you both have good guards, you can get in these sweep battles, right? That's why I always did it good in my earlier career before I passed a lot, was I could go on top, the guy would sweep me, and then I would submit them from my spider guard, right? So having a strong submission guard is powerful. That's also why the Berimbolo is so effective, because even if it's not a submission guard per se, it's if you're on bottom, they sweep you, you're on top first, now you're down 2. If you Berimbolo them, you're now up 4 on their back and probably going to choke them. So then it's a game-winning move from bottom. So it's important to have a guard not only for sweeping, but have these game-winning moves on bottom if you get yourself into a situation that the guy you're fighting has as good of a guard as you that you can't pass. Okay, guys, so if you guys have any questions, please comment. Let me know what you think. And as always, the best way you can help is subscribe and like.
Hey, buddy. Oh, I don't know.
Chase it back. Magalhães, finish, Magalhães.
Bota agora desce na vertical esquerda. Bota agora desce na vertical esquerda.
Magalhães, you got 2 points. Dive on your shoulder, get your crucifix. There you go. Yes, I like it.